good habit. Describe a habit your friend has and you want to develop. You should say who your friend is, what habit your friend has, when you noticed this habit, why you want to develop this habit, how you will develop this habit. If you want the full script of this IELTS speaking cue card along with its Band 9 sample answer, simply type full text in the comments below. I'd like to share one of the most inspiring habits I've always dreamed of developing: the ability to say no without feeling guilty. Almost everyone has experienced situations where they agreed to something they didn't actually want to do, just to avoid disappointing others. But my friend has truly mastered this skill, and I really admire her for it. She knows how to refuse politely and confidently, without hurting anyone's feelings, which I find remarkable. I first noticed this habit during our university years, when people often asked her for favors, lending books, sharing notes, or even taking on extra tasks in group projects. Unlike me, she never hesitated to say no if she wasn't comfortable. What impressed me most was how she did it, always with kindness and respect. She never came across as rude or arrogant, yet she managed to set her boundaries crystal clear. And what amazed me even more was that she didn't feel guilty afterward. In fact, people respected her more because she was honest and straightforward. I, on the other hand, have always struggled with this. For instance, I'm very particular about my clothes. I don't feel comfortable when others use them, and I never borrow from anyone either. But once, a friend asked to borrow my jacket. Deep down, I didn't want to, but I couldn't bring myself to refuse. I forced a smile and agreed, but it bothered me for days. It wasn't really about the jacket. It was about betraying my own feelings and ignoring my boundaries just to avoid upsetting someone else. Looking back, I realize this happens to me often. I sometimes agree to attend events I don't enjoy, or I take on responsibilities I don't have the time or energy for, only because I don't want to seem selfish. But later, I end up exhausted, stressed, and even resentful. That's exactly why I want to develop this habit. If I can learn to say no without guilt, I'll be able to protect my time and energy, and I'll feel more confident and authentic in my relationships. To achieve this, I believe I need to start small. I could practice saying no in less demanding situations, like when I don't feel like going out, or when someone asks for a favor I'm not comfortable with. I should also remind myself that saying no doesn't make me rude. It simply means I'm being honest with myself and others. The more I practice saying no, the more confident I'll become, and the less unnecessary guilt I'll carry over time. So, this is the habit I deeply admire in my friend, and one I truly hope to make part of my own life. If I can master this skill, I believe it will not only strengthen my personal boundaries but also give me greater peace of mind and healthier, more genuine relationships with others. Learning to say no, in my opinion, is the key to keeping my head above water and living life on my own terms. Phrases and idiomatic expressions. Say no without feeling guilty. The ability to refuse requests confidently without regret or shame. Mastered this skill. Become highly skilled or proficient at something. Refuse politely and confidently. Reject requests with grace and self-assurance. Hurting anyone's feelings. Making someone feel upset, sad, or offended. Never hesitated to say no. Did not delay or feel uncertain when refusing. With kindness and respect. Phrase showing consideration and politeness. Set her boundaries crystal clear. Idiom. Establish limits in a way that is unmistakable and firm. Didn't feel guilty afterward. No regret after refusing. Honest and straightforward. Clear, direct, and truthful in communication. Struggled with this. Had difficulty handling the situation. Very particular about my clothes. Idiom. Very selective, picky, or careful. Deep down, Idiom. At the core of one's true feelings or beliefs. Couldn't bring myself to refuse. Idiom. Felt emotionally unable to say no. Forced a smile. Expression showing fake happiness to hide discomfort. Bothered me for days. Continued to disturb or upset for a long time. Betraying my own feelings. Figurative. Going against one's own emotions or principles. Ignoring my boundaries. Disregarding personal limits or comfort zones. Looking back. Idiom. Reflecting on past experiences. End up exhausted, stressed, and even resentful. Idiom. Result in becoming drained, anxious, and bitter. Protect my time and energy. Figurative. Safeguard personal well-being and resources. Feel more confident and authentic. Phrase. Gain self-assurance and live true to oneself. Start small. Idiom. Begin with simple, manageable steps. Less demanding situations. Tasks or events that require less effort or pressure. Doesn't make me rude. Phrase. Clarify that refusal doesn't equal disrespect. Being honest with myself and others. Figurative. Staying true to one's feelings and communicating clearly. Carry unnecessary guilt. Idiom. Continue to feel regret or shame without real reason. Make part of my own life. Phrase. Integrate a habit into daily living. Strengthen my personal boundaries. Figurative. Reinforce one's emotional and mental limits. Peace of mind. Idiom. Mental calmness and freedom from worry. Genuine relationships. Phrase. Authentic, honest, and sincere connections. Keep my head above water. Idiom. Survive or manage life's pressures without being overwhelmed. Living life on my own terms. Idiom. Living according to personal values and choices, not others' expectations.